What is up, everyone? Zach here, bringing you a Team Taste deck profile. You want taste? Today, I'm bringing you our first Burning Shadows deck profile in Gardevoir GX. It's my favorite card to come out of the set, and it just seems so good. It's hard to describe, but it has so much synergy within itself in the deck, so we'll get right into it. First, we got 4 Ralts. Basic, Fairy Energy does 10, and I believe heals 10. Nothing that special, but the base. Then we got 3 Kirlias. Pretty standard. We're running rare candy, so that's why we're not running 4 Kirlias. And then we got 3 Gardevoir GXs. His ability is during your turn, you can attach a Fairy Energy from your hand to your Pokemon. Really good energy acceleration. We're running a Fairy and double colorless, so you can attach a double colorless for turn, and then Secret Spring right to the Gardevoir. And then his first attack is for Fairy Energy, does 30 times the number of energy attached to both active Pokemon, so double colorless count, all that good stuff. And then we got the GX attack for a single Fairy Energy. Shuffle 10 cards from your discard pile into your deck. Really good against Garbodor. Can just shuffle your items back in. And just good in so many games where it's like, oh, I just need a little more oomph in my deck. And then we're running 1 Gallade. Gallade is a really good attacker. Always for double colorless, does 60 plus the 70 if you played a supporter. You're playing Ralts and Kirlia, so why not play the Gallade? It one hits Drampa, it one hits Darkrai, it one hits the new Alolan Muck. So it just kind of takes care of business, and Premonition's really good, especially with Octillery, which we can get into right now. Got the 2-2 Octillery line. Really good with Premonition, and it seems to synergize with the deck really well. I was playing it with 1-1 Ribbon Bee, which is search your deck for 2 basic energy and put them in your hand, which also synergizes with Gardevoir really well, but I don't know, I'm liking Octillery. The mid-game when you get end down, it's just so good, you're end proof. Then we're playing 2 Tapu Leles. Tapu Lele for Bridget, really good. Just consistency, turns every Ultra Ball into a supporter. And then we're playing 1 Deontay. So this Deontay for a single Fairy Energy searches your deck for a Pokemon that evolves from one of your bench Pokemon and evolves that Pokemon. So it's really good if you get it turn 1, you have a Ralts on the bench, you evolve into the Kirlia, then coming back to your turn, you only need a Gardevoir to evolve up or Gallade. You don't need the rare candy. Getting it into the active is a little tricky because we're playing Fairy Garden, not any Float Stone, so that's still a flex spot for me. Maybe Vulpix might be better. Vulpix can get you out of the dead hands with getting a Lele. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to play around with that some. And then our supporter line, 3 Sycamore, 3 N, 1 Lysander, and then we got 1 Guzma. I'm not sure on the right counts yet. Guzma's really, really good, but sometimes I'm stuck just wanting that Lysander. We're playing 1 Fisherman, 1 Bridget, 1 Skyla, and 1 Acerola, which picks up a damaged Pokemon, and everything goes to your hand. So you get to keep everything. It's like AZ, but you get to keep everything, but they have to be damaged. So, it's still pretty good. I'm using it more for prize denial. If they hit my Gardevoir for 200, I can be like, nope, not today. Fisherman seemed to be that late game, I've ran out of energies. I think it's on the cutting list for me. Not positive. Skyla, almost in any rare candy deck you want one. Really good. Still not sure the counts on Guzma and Lysander. Might play around with that a bit more. Maybe try to replace the Lysander with another Guzma. But not entirely sure yet. Then items. We have 4 Ultra Ball, 3 VS Seekers, 3 rare candies. I'm thinking of cutting down an extra VS Seeker. Maybe I really want to try to play around with maybe Trainer's Mail. Go something really aggro. Because I can just shuffle back. If I'm playing against Garb, I can just shuffle back in all my items. And if not, it's just that consistency boost. I want the 4th candy. Not sure where I'm finding that at. Then we got 2 choice bands. Makes Gardevoir's number really good. It's basically like adding another energy, but you can only attach so many energy in a turn. 1 field blower, 1 energy retrieval. This is kind of just one of those clutch cards. A lot of times I'll have like 2 Gardevoirs out and I'll get an energy retrieval, and that's 2 free attachments for me. 1 rescue stretcher, 1 super rod. I'm still going back and forth on if I want 2 rescue stretchers. The rescue stretcher to hand is just so good, especially if you throw away like an early Gardevoir, or just a lot of potential there. And then for the stadiums, we have 2 fairy gardens. I started with 4, went down to 2 or 3 pretty quickly, went to 2. It's not something that I really want early. It can get out of confusion. It can get out of any sort of like poison or burn. You can retreat, get out of the Espeon. It's probably the most relevant. But I don't know what the count is yet. I think I'm liking 2. But it's kind of weird being the only switching cards besides Guzma. That's why I'm thinking of that second Guzma. Probably what I'll end up doing. And then for energy count, we have 8 fairy energies and 4 double colorless. I was hesitant to go to the 4 double colorless right away, but as soon as I started playing with it, it was just so good. So much energy attachment quickly, plus you can hit early with the Gallade. Gallade hits really good numbers. Probably can afford to get rid of one of these. Not really sure where it could go. Maybe this for like a rare candy. Maybe a VS Seeker somewhere. But lots of possibilities with this list. This is our like 3rd iteration. Nothing that special yet. But it just steals games. Like even I'll fall behind and then all of a sudden I'll get a Gardevoir up and one hit something out of nowhere. Really good. I'm not sure if Acerola's worth a spot either. Might drop that. I want to play around with Vulpix instead of Deontay, because there's been some hands where I'm just like, oh, I wish I could grab a Lele, or I wish I could grab my Octillery. And usually when you Vulpix Speakin', they're going to try to N you, which is almost always a good thing. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe play around with a couple Vulpix. Second field blower. That would be really good against Garbotoxin. It can get really bad really quick if you can't use your ability. But you have a lot of stuff that can take care of the Garbotoxin. So, matchups. Darkrai should be... We played it a little bit, and Darkrai should be super favorable. They can't hit the numbers against the dark-resistant Gardevoir, and the Gallade just takes easy one-hits knockouts. Just all day, just streaming the Pokemon. Then we got Greninja. Kind of could be a hard matchup if they hit everything they need and you don't start one-hitting early on. They're usually going to Moonlight Slash back to the hand, so then you don't have the extra damage to hit. But it's really not that hard to get like 4 or 5 energies on a Gardevoir. But then they can also double Water Shuriken and then Moonlight Slash with the Choice Band for 230 perfect. So that can get a little tricky, but if you can outspeed them, you can always beat a Greninja. Volcanion needs to put too much energy on. All you need is like 3 energy on a fully loaded Volcanion EX to one-shot it, so we'll take those all day. Garbodor, shuffle in all your items. One hit the Espeons, one hit the Drampas, one hit everything. It should be super favorable. You take the hard loss to Metagross and probably any other metal deck, so people are probably going to be trying to do something weird with metal. Ooh, you're going to lose the Excadrill. Careful of that. Trying to think of any other matchups. Vikabulu. This does really well against a couple games we've played. If they don't discard their energies, then you just one-hit them, and so they're forced to discard the energies, and they can get stuck, and then just really not a good situation for them. Then we have Zoroark Drampa. Gallade doing work. Gardevoir does work. The Zoroarks can't really eat through the Gardevoir, so should be good. This World's format's going to be really strange, but we'll see what we can do. So rough list. We'll have our Glisspod list probably up soon next week. We're working on a Darkrai list, seeing the best way to play that. Maybe Not even sure. Maybe Sky Fields with the new Darkrai or some Energy Switch shenanigans, but don't know yet. They'll do it. Let me know what decks you guys are looking forward to the most. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Later.